Hi and welcome back. I just wanted to hop on here and see how everyone's doing and just check in. I know these are some crazy times and we don't really know what's going to happen. Never have experienced this in our lifetimes. And it's very stressful and frustrating, and especially now with social media getting so much news and fake news everywhere and people posting just all sorts of stuff, and it's not good for anyone who suffers from extreme depression or anxiety or any sort of mental health issues, which a majority of us have. And I don't know, it's trying times. I know for me, I'm very happy that I decided to move when I did, because if I was still in Seattle, I think I'd be a lot worse and probably be sick again like I was last year. Instead, I'm here. I'm moved to Oregon, South Oregon, and out in the middle of nowhere in the sticks with a couple of goats. I think they're hiding right now. And a pig. Mr. Crispy Bacon is around here somewhere. I can hear him grunting. But yeah, I'm very glad that I'm out here with friends and we're kind of quarantined together. I'm certainly not going anywhere because number one, I don't have health insurance like a good portion of America, especially right now. When you don't have a job, you don't have health insurance. That's the reality. And I moved down here with a job sort of lined up. I was supposed to be, in Puerto Rico on a government contract job, but we all know what happened with that. Earthquakes, Mother Nature, politics. It's unfortunate. It's still on hold, so who knows what will go with that. But that just leaves me without work, and trying to find work down here is a lot different from city life, especially Seattle. I think I got spoiled with a lot of things. And there's just not the type of jobs down here that fit with my skill set, unfortunately. But yeah, so I'm not going anywhere until this is over, or I get a job offer and have health insurance and can go somewhere. So I'm kind of stuck here. Not a bad place to be stuck though, because it is a lot sunnier here than in Seattle. Sorry, Seattle. Yeah, and soon it's gonna be hot enough to open the pool and enjoy the sunshine. Right now it's still a little cold, so not quite for that, but I don't know. And this with the YouTube, I'm not quite sure where I want to take my channel. I do want to continue telling my story, but I also don't want it to come off in a way where it seems like I'm playing the victim, because I'm certainly not. And I know anyone who thinks that they're unhealed themselves, especially anyone in my bloodline that I've cut out. I wanted to tell my story to help other people. I'm not playing victim, and I don't want to be perceived as that. I am a very, very, very strong person. I'm very resistant. I'm certainly like the last couple of years definitely show that. So I don't know, I have to tell it in a way where I'm not gonna piss a lot of people off, but I still want to tell it because it's my story to tell. And I'm kind of like playing with a few things and ideas right now. But really my main focus is just to be healthy. Even out here, I have a couple roommates and only one works in town, and so we've had our stomach flu already, we've had a cold already, so I don't need to be going anywhere else to get sick, especially from other people. and just kind of reflecting, a lot of me reflecting as I'm here, you know, kind of isolated about last year and this time last year, especially, you know, the Facebook memories that pop up, and it's like, oh yeah, that happened. Oh yeah, that happened. Especially this time, March, especially 2018 and 2019, a lot of things happened, and it brings up a lot of emotions, and I'm trying to work through all that, but it's hard, I think, for anyone. I mean, I suffered so many years with depression and anxiety and not quite understanding what was going on with my body, and not having people listen to me, and doctors just passing me off like, oh, you're just starting menopause. I'm like, dude, I know I'm over 40, but menopause, really? There's something else going on, and I felt it in my soul. It's like, just like with the DNA testing, I was like, I felt in my soul ever since I was little that I had a different dad. I don't know why. I just felt like this person they keep telling me is my dad, I feel zero connection to. And it's not because of his lifestyle and like all that other stuff. It was more than that. It was just the way I look, mostly. It was like, I don't look anything like this person. Why are you telling me? Like, and then this, I don't know, just so much toxic environment that I was going through growing up, and then things that keep happening one after another, and then, you know, 2018 when my niece went missing, and me just working full-time on my case, and then letting my mother back in my life after 10 years of cutting her out. That was just more emotions that I didn't really need to, and regret in a way, but I knew I had to do what I needed to do to find my niece, because no one else was gonna do it. And that was a lot of pressure on me. I was basically the spokesperson for the entire family, and my family just only wanted me in their lives because I was helping them, because they knew that I was the only person that could help them. And then as soon as, you know, I, you know, found my niece, you know, she was found 3 different occasions. It was like after each one, it was like, oh, let's go back and gaslight Lindsay. Thanks. You know, actually they never thanked me, really. But that was just like so much stress, and it was like, why do I have to deal with this? I don't want this. Like, I didn't ask for these people to be, you know, in my bloodline. Like, I expected more respect from them, especially from like the way we were when we were younger, and we had grandparents to look up to, and how respectful they were, and then just watching how their lives turned out and my mother's life turned out, and it was like, why do you continue to live in misery? I don't want to be part of it. And I don't know, I'm blabbing now, but it was just a lot of stress and anxiety, and people just didn't know what I was going through, and then people will never know entirely what I was going through, because I'm not going to tell. There's just so much. I was just fighting one crazy person after another crazy person. And I say crazy, it was like, you know, the maniac who took my niece over and over again, who was high on whatever drugs, and then my brother who was supposed to be, you know, playing the father role and caring and like worried about his daughter, was like going off and doing things that he shouldn't have been doing, and me just covering for him. And I would like, I can't do this anymore. Why am I doing this? I can't save people. Like, why do they want me to save them? I can't save them. They just want to drag me down in their misery. So, yeah. And then all that was going on, and then, you know, doing the DNA test as a distraction, thinking I was doing something fun, and like, you know, connecting the family tree, and then realizing I was right. I have a different father and a new sister. And it was like, on one hand I was like, oh my god, I'm right, and I have a whole new family I didn't know about. And the other hand, it was like, why couldn't people just be honest with me? Like, stop treating me like I'm still a child and like, oh, shut up, you don't know anything. Like, you're just a kid, you don't know anything. And it was like, I don't know, it was mixed emotions. And then the way my mother reacted was not exactly, well, I guess I expect nothing less. But it took a toll on me, and the way that she reacted and some of the things that she said, and it just made me regret ever bringing her back in my life. And it's not like she's a horrible person or anything like that. I'm not saying that at all. She just has a hard time expressing her emotions properly and reacting, I guess, in a way that I want her to react. She'll never react the way I want her to react to, or just like she'll never love me the way I needed her to love me. It's not gonna happen. And it's really sad to say, but I don't know, it's just so much on my head. So with all this going on right now, it's really a lot, and I'm getting emotional, but that's kind of why I needed to take a step back and be like, I need to get out of here. I found like a ticket out with a new job and friends offering a place to stay, and I took it because I needed it at that moment, and I don't regret that. But it's been a really hard couple of years, and I don't think there's a whole lot more I can go through, but I will continue to go through stuff just because of the way I was, brought into this world. the chaos and dealing with the aftermath of other people's actions. So even though I remove myself from that drama, it's still there. It's always going to be there. Something's always going to happen. That's just the reality of being in this bloodline. And I wish it was better. I wish I could say, had a happy and loving family. I did in certain areas. I had great grandparents. I had a great second family with my dad's family that I know now is not my biological dad, but whatever, they're still family. But even that, it's just like, all my life I felt like a complete outsider. I never fit in anywhere. And with all this stuff going on, and I don't know, it's a lot. And the last 10 years I have volunteered with the homeless youth in Seattle with Stand Up for Kids, and boy, I could relate to every single story those kids told me on the street. Some way, shape, or form, it related to my childhood and my upbringing, but it was easy for me to volunteer like that because I felt like I was giving back in a way, because I wanted to show the kids that even though you have such a horrible life that it seems right now, it will get better. Even though there'll still be continuous crazy crap that happens your entire life just because of what you were born into, it still gets better. Like, even though I'm emotional now, I'm still happiest I've ever been, which is kind of sad in a way. But even with everything, my health is a lot better. I mean, I'm still healing, but I'm still in a better place than what I was all these years. And I wish I would have maybe taken the time to do a DNA test earlier. I don't know. I just know that I'm glad that I'm not in the same situation I was last year. I mean, I started off the year with a breast biopsy because I luckily have a non-cancerous tumor in my left breast. And then I started getting sick. I started, had leaky gut, IBS. I was dry heaving nonstop. Like it just started slowly, and then I just couldn't stop. Like every movement made me dry heave. I was dry heaving at work. I was throwing up at work. I had migraines. Like, it seemed like I had a headache almost every single day. Migraine at least 2 to 3 times a week, and I was forgetting things. My memory was going, and I was getting extreme night sweats and hot flashes, and it was out of control. And it's really sad that a big part of that was diet. I had no idea. Like, it's not like I ate a lot of junk food. Never been a big junk food fan. Can't drink soda to say, ugh. Don't drink any of the soft drinks. Don't drink juices. I'll have like unfiltered like apple juice, and that's about it. But I'll dilute it if I have it. So, but with the gene mutation I have, the MTHFR, and the double mutation variation of the AA1289C, my body only detoxes at 20%. So I didn't realize this, and so stuff like gluten, and that's with all the chemicals and, you know, all the stuff, that the chemicals they put in our foods, and folic acid especially. I'm sure there's other synthetic versions of natural vitamins and stuff, but folic acid they put in the breads and all supplements and all sorts of stuff. Those things were triggering me to have these migraines and leaky gut and everything else. But I didn't quite understand the genetics of all that. And now I do. And so, I don't know, it stresses me out not having health insurance right now, because I don't want to get sick. I mean, I've had, you know, a little bit of a flu and cold already, but I don't want to get sick. Because part of me, I can't take medication because my body can't detox it. And I've always been the person, you know, gets really sick when I have like flu shot or something. I'm not anti-vaccine, so don't come for me there. But, you know, I've had all my shots, Hep shots, TB shots, you know, malaria, whatever, for traveling all over the world and doing, you know, government work that I've been doing and stuff like that. But even now, if they find a vaccine, which is not going to come out for like a year because they have to do trials, I would not want to be one of the first people to take a vaccine. No. But I do know that now, if I have a shot, I need to detox my body. I need to go to a sauna. I need to eat the right foods. I need to do whatever I can to help my body detox as soon as I take that. So having this knowledge now, I get, I'll do a lot better, but I don't know, it's still a lot of stress, and it's just so much on me. And so I want to do all these creative things, but right now I'm creatively kind of stuck. I'm having a mental block, and it's just too many emotions. But I'm glad I'm not in Seattle right now, and I'm glad I am where I am. But I do worry about everyone back there. I worry about the kids on the street. I worry about more kids being on the street because domestic violence is on a rise right now, and so that means there's going to be more kids on the street. There's going to be more families out on the street. You know, people losing their jobs left and right. People can't afford rent. It's just, I don't know. It's the weight of the world, and I'm trying not to react so much to it, but I'm a huge empath, and so everything affects me. And I don't know, I'm trying the best I can right now, and I think that's all we can do. All we can do is just try to look out for each other and do the best that we can and check in on people. Ugh. Emotions. Sometimes those hormones, you know, I don't know. But I think this has been a little too long, so thank you for listening. I will get out of my block and I'll start posting. But just know a lot has happened, and it's like I just trying to figure out the right way to tell my story without pissing people off, still have healthy boundaries, and just, you know, help other people. So I don't know. I hope everyone is doing the best that they can, and just remember to take it day by day. And I do read your messages, and I appreciate it so much. But yeah, So thank you for listening. All right, bye-bye.